Good morning, my dear students. I hope you all are safe and keeping healthy. My name is Abha, and I am here today to share a story about a tree. The name of the story is The Sorrowful Tree. So, once upon a time, two men, Feluda and Jatayu, were traveling from Gujrat to Rajasthan. They were on their own and they were actually walking. They had crossed lots of beautiful fields, rivers, dense forests on their way. By evening time, they came to a village. They had had no lunch and no food, so they decided to stop by at a local dhaba and eat something. After they had had their food, they decided of staying in the village at night and resuming their journey the next morning. They were extremely tired. While they were walking, they saw a huge tree. It was dry and it looked dangerous. And it was a little peculiar as well, because the other trees which were next to him bloomed and blossomed with fresh leaves and flowers. So Feluda said, Jatayu, doesn't this tree look very different and unique? So Jatayu said, yeah, it seems as if it has died out of sorrow. Maybe something bad happened to the tree. Well, I'm extremely tired and I can't walk any forward. I would suggest that we stay here the night and rest under the tree. What do you think, Jatayu? So Jatayu agreed. Both of them laid down under the tree and they went off to sleep. Indeed, they were correct. This tree had a story of his own. It was actually planted by Mr. Chaudhary 35 years ago, who was the principal of the school in the village. And at that time, it was a small, tiny plant. Everyone took care of the plant. It was watered daily. It was taken care of against any kind of weed and germs. And after a few years, this plant grew into a very healthy, dense tree. It was indeed very beautiful. It had fresh leaves and its branches spread in all directions. Everyone in the village really liked the tree, and it was actually planted in the heart of the village, which was the center of the village. Slowly and steadily, this tree became a very important aspect of the village. All the important meetings, arguments were held under the tree. The kids loved playing around the tree. Whenever they were free, they went to play. And this tree had actually witnessed lots and lots of memorable moments of lovers. A lot of birds had made their nest in the tree because it was so broad and it was so huge, and gave birth to many small birdies also. The tree was actually having the time of his life. He was enjoying the dense leaves that it had. Wow, they were so leafy, they were so green, and whenever a swift breeze blew, the leaves would, they would move and they would sing a sweet song. Everyone thought that this tree is going to live a long life, and they enjoyed his presence. But ultimately, after a few years, the lifestyle of the people changed drastically, from rural to urban. Nobody, sat under the tree. The grandparents, people, families who used to sit under the shade of the tree and tell stories to their children no longer did that. People had television in their houses, and the cables of those televisions were tied tightly to the branches of the tree. People who came to visit the village sat under the tree. They ate their packaged foods and left the packages and waste under the tree, leaving it more dirty and polluted. The leaves of the tree were to be broomed every day. But the people who were responsible for doing this expressed that they were too lazy to do that, and ultimately the branches of the tree were cut. It was no longer dense and beautiful. It looked dry. Also, people were scared of going nearby the tree now. Some people took advantage of its broad structure and urinated on the tree as well. So all these things actually made the tree sorrowful from the inside. Kids were no longer allowed to go near the tree. People made huge horror stories and rumors that this tree was actually haunted. And at night, nobody even wanted to walk past the tree. But the tree always recalled and remembered the good time that it had, how much the people loved him. But now, of all the anger, of all the pain that he went through, there came a point in his life that he just stopped growing. He did not grow any leaves. And slowly and steadily it was dying out of sorrow and affection. And it became a sad sight in the entire village. So with this we come to the end of the story about the sorrowful tree. And my dear students, the tree here is actually, like us, like our hearts, like our relationships. It's like a plant which we need to nurture, which we need to water daily. It's very, very important for us to always nurture the relationships that we have, be it with our family, be it with our friends, be it with our teachers and the people that we know. Because ultimately, if we take those things for granted, if we take ourselves for granted, then the nurturing and the affection goes away, and what takes its place is the angst, the pain, the frustration, the jealousy, all the negativity. And the most important thing is to communicate. Please talk to your family, talk to your parents, talk to your friends, communicate. If you are sad, if you are facing any problem, please talk. And do not struggle with that problem alone. And not be someone who struggles with angst and all the negativity and toxic things that we have in our lives. The exams are coming on, as we all know, and it's very important for you all to have a mental peace of mind, to stay fresh, to stay refreshed. So in case you are having any kind of problem, please share it amongst the people that you have. And let's not be the sorrowful tree. And let's be kind to each other. If you see someone who is sad, please talk to them and be kind to them. Stay safe and stay happy. Thank you so much.